Hey everyone, it's time for another patch of the week at Korg, and we're here with three pieces of gear. Two synths, the NTS-1 digital synth kit from Korg's new Tekt lineup, and the Korg monologue, monophonic analog synthesizer. The third piece of gear is the SQ-1 16-step sequencer, which is currently hooked up to MIDI to the NTS-1 simply via a 1/8 inch TRS cable, which it can do because these are both the same polarity of 1/8 inch TRS. They're also synced via tempo, so if I play a sequence on the SQ1, the monologue is slave to the SQ1's tempo. And this little setup is going to allow me to create a bass line on the monologue, have a melodic sequence going on my NTS1 with stereo effects from the awesome effects section on here, and almost approximate something that resembles a song. The first thing that I'm going to want to do is try our SQ1. I've dialed in a melodic sequence on here. And one of the tricks that you can use for dialing in your melodies on the SQ1 is step jump. So if I press play, I can jump to a step. But if I want to change that step, I can use the step jump to stay on that step and change the step to exactly the note value that I want. And it's really easy with step jump because I don't have to wait for that note to come around again in the sequencer. Now, I have the saw wave on the NTS-1, but I want to change that to maybe a square wave instead. And I kind of want to give that a little bit of filter. And a little bit of reverb. Now that I have that pulled up, I'll go back to filter mode, so when I move this knob, I can do filter sweeps, and let's move over to the monologue. I want to put in a sequence that I can then key trigger by pressing a key, and then I can play a bass line live that's synced to the NTS-1 and the SQ-1. So first I'm going to go to a blank sound, and let's record some notes. Let's drop the octave because this is going to be a bass sequence. Now if I press key trigger hold, so pretty easy, but I want to change that to be unison VCOs. But let's drop the octave of the second VCO. And let's change the envelope type, add in some cutoff modulation. That's that nice synthwave bass. The amp envelope is open all the way for the whole cycle of the note because it's on gated amp envelope, but the envelope for the cutoff is a attack decay, so if I added more decay, it'll last longer, but I want to dial that in about a third. Now if I turn on key trigger but don't hold it, I can play my sequence on here.